What is up, guys? Back in today with another reaction to Jaadugar, the witch in Mongolia. This time, episode 4 was another fun episode last time out. Well, I say fun, it was pretty depressing most of the time, but liked the introduction of a few characters. One woman slightly older that seems to have a very similar kind of mindset to our main character. We met a immortal old man at the end of the last episode that shared his secrets. Well, he didn't share his secrets, but the kind of guy did. And she said they were secret, really. But looking forward to seeing what we got today. It was a bit more of a chill episode last week, as chill as you can make the situation. We met another bunch of Genghis Khan's sons as well, I believe, right at the start of the episode. But yeah, really enjoying this so far. Science are having a brilliant season, and of course we did end off with this woman that wanted this book so much that don't even know how to read it. Not even sure if she knows the contents of it, but I mean, considering she has such a want for it over very expensive materials and such, must mean something to her. Maybe it's just that kind of thing where because somebody knows something you don't, you kind of feel a little bit jealous towards that, so you want to have it. Maybe it's that type of thing. So nobody else can know something you don't. I don't know. So yeah, this is the woman I was referring to earlier, who looks a lot like our main character. I kind of thought it was her in like the future. Look like Fatima as well. There's that sundial tent top. Ochigin. Fatima. Is this like a little bit scary to you people? To give these people this knowledge? I mean, it should be a good thing for people to learn things. What will these people do with this knowledge? Question. Yeah, it makes sense. Again, I'm not sure I'd like to trust that knowledge to you, but yeah. I mean, it's not the worst. Like, you don't deserve this knowledge. Good, good job holding herself together. I don't know if I would be able to. Seems like a pretty good opportunity just to murder her. Not that she, again, not that she's done anything wrong, but just as like a slight revenge. Stinking old witch. Yeah, she doesn't seem awfully bad or anything. Got an inquisitive mind, but again, for like the purpose of what that will be used for, and how she kind of, I wouldn't say she belittles, but as she said, just the she knows nothing of how this kind of came into her possession. The people that were sacrificed, the yeah, certainly pissed me off. Honestly, if it came down to it, I know this sounds terrible. But I might, kind of spoke about this a bit in the intro about like withholding knowledge just so somebody else doesn't have it. We really wouldn't want to, but it might genuinely just end up destroying the book so these motherfuckers don't get their paws on it. If you were to like memorize the entire contents, that would be very handy because then you can just make your own version. That looks a lot like the London River. Those fuck ass sheep. Always headbutting stuff, man. Um, but yeah, if she was to like memorize it all, that'd be very handy. Then we could just like destroy it. Man, it's been a long time. Yeah, hasn't it? Three years. Seems to be very well integrated now, doesn't she? Here he is, the big dog himself. First time we're seeing him, I believe. Genghis Khan. Okay. Again, I mean, I mentioned this last episode. I know very little about Genghis Khan. Obviously, I recognise the name. Funny enough, mostly from Fallout New Vegas. The Great Khans. Um, but yeah. That was one big funeral. This is interesting, isn't it? The youngest brother inherits. I wonder why they chose it to be formatted that way. Surely there could be a circumstance where like a 2-year-old becomes king. I mean, that sounds quite stupid, I know, but so it's not inherited; it's chosen. So he pretty much was the emperor intermittently for those 2 years. Okay. Again, quite a span of time we're covering today. In 5 years, 7 years, 5 years, however long. Made that look nice, didn't they? That looked easy. Still looks the same age, though, doesn't she? So, how old is she now then? 16, 17, 18. Crazy to think she's still that young. I was going to mention this. It's an awfully long time to be reading a book to someone, isn't it? I suppose that Empress woman is probably very busy with a lot of other stuff as well. That kidney stone. What is that? Something to eat, maybe? Maybe that's what we do. Maybe we have a goat eat the book, and then kill the goat and take the book out of its stomach. Big old feast, this, isn't it? How much they've all got? Kaan. Mongols. Nice. Nice. Some entertainment. So he is now officially. I mean, brother on the right looks slightly happier than the other one. Like this. That's not him. Hell, who's this guy? Who the bloody hell's this guy? I very much thought it would be him. Hmm. Or what? Bro yapping about it. Very fancy language. Someday there may be born among my progeny. Not a word we hear every day. Those who, if rolled up in grass, would not be eaten by a cow. And if rolled up in fat, would not be eaten by a dog. What are you getting at here? But yeah, this is so fancy. See, this is like the stuff is just way above like my level. So they use way too fancy words right here. What's your point? What's your point, bro? That sounds like Eric Cantona. What does that mean? So yeah, as I said, this is the stuff that just goes straight over my head. Like, what the hell does that mean? I mean, it's clearly got some bigger meaning to it. But I can't help but look at that, literally. I was thinking it was definitely going to be him, considering he was. So it was always going to be him. How long did the sales go on for? 41 days of this. Pretty crazy. Is it? What is that? I got absolutely no idea. What's she up to? No, I think it was. What's she up to? So ordering her to do something. Be a spy. So she been kind of playing a role as well, this lady? I'm never going to be able to pronounce her name, by the way. Oh, bloody hell, sorry. Don't even, don't even try and expect me to even try and say her name. So, Seko, just like fucking hell, that name is long and complicated. But what is this stone? I mean, you guys know I'm absolutely dumbfounded by most of the stuff in the show in regards to like I know absolutely nothing most of the time about what's going on here. I guess I can Google it real quick. Stone that comes from a goat. Very weird thing to search up. A bezoar. How do you say this? Bezoar? 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 From the intestines of animals who chew cud. Are bezoar stones valuable? They were seen as valuable. So is it a little bit just like a bit like a us humans sometimes when we don't drink enough water, sometimes we have stones kind of build up inside us. My friend had one when I think we were like 16 or 17 and said it was incredibly painful. He used to drink a lot of beer and not much water at all, so a snake shows its colours. Man hides his colours. Interesting. So yeah, kind of seems like she's not all that it's made up to be. So very glad that, as what I said earlier, we didn't murder her. um, yeah, very interesting ending to this episode, wasn't it? So what was it called? A Bazooka Stone. It looks somewhat similar to what she held there. A mass often trapped in the gastrointestinal system. Derived from, and it was even the name was derived from Persian. Yeah. So the people believed that it had the power of a universal antidote and would work against any poison. Really? I mean, probably doesn't, but they believed it did. Maybe it did have some kind of effect towards that mildly. Obviously, it wouldn't heal any poison out there, but a drinking glass that contained a bezoar could allegedly neutralize any poison poured into it. So that's wow, that's really handy then. Not only is it valuable, it's also the case that if she was ever to get in a situation, I mean, the thing is, I assume that Fatima would be in a situation where she would want to be poisoning people. However, if she was in a situation where she could potentially get poisoned, this would come in very handy. I never knew it like that. This show continues to educate me. I think it'll be a very educated experience all the way through. I've never heard of this stone again. Like, never heard of anything like that. But yeah, she wants to be a spy, and this art comes after her kind of being denied empress. So I was thinking in this situation, I imagine plenty of women probably wouldn't be too happy because maybe they would marry into this family to want to be an empress and to be in that kind of prestige position. It seems like she probably did want to become empress, and there was some kind of that was a goal of hers for one reason or another. Probably a shady reason considering what we're hearing now, but for this to come right after the events that we've just seen, it seems that she had some kind of bigger purpose for this, and maybe that's where the interest in the book came from as well, to maybe try and understand methods of gaining whatever it is she wants to gain. Maybe she's in a similar boat to Fatima in regards to wanting revenge and to ending this dynasty and such. So very much look forward to exploring that. But yeah, good episode today, seeing this kind of festival of for lack of a better term, of integrating this new emperor to take over Genghis Khan's place, and it being quite a surprise, honestly. I assumed it would be the guy we've been seeing this whole time, who was like the interim. Um, but no, it was his brother, who we haven't seen too much of. He looks a lot softer, and he seems quite a bit smarter though. So, um, yeah, we'll see how that goes. Like, someone did comment last week about how the brothers were perhaps even more of a kind of catastrophic period, um, and even maybe perhaps even more dangerous than Genghis Khan himself. I remember seeing a comment of last week in the my video. So yeah, we'll see how it all goes down. But another really good episode. Another really good episode. To be honest, I was kind of surprised that Fatima was spending this long teaching this book. Like, what was it, 7 odd years at this point? Like, that's a long time to be reading one book, isn't it? But yeah, let me know what you guys thought about this episode in the comment section. Make sure to leave a like on the video if you guys did like, and subscribe to the channel if you do want to keep up to date. As usual, any polite comments are very much appreciated. Again, there's a lot for me to learn here, so again, any help would very much be appreciated. Again, thank you guys very much for watching, and have a good rest of your day, guys.